Today was the 5th spring practice, the first one in full pads. I was hoping we were able to see the offensive line and defensive line up close, but unfortunately it didn't happen today, but was told we'll be able to do that next week. So I'm looking forward to that, and I'll speak on those position groups extensively next week or whenever we're able to be up close with those guys. So today I focused on the running backs, and there's only 2 scholarship running backs out here today, but there's 3 walk-ons and they were getting reps as well. And I want to speak about my observations on Henry Parrish and Don Chaney Jr., as well as the walk-ons and new running backs coach Tim Harris Jr. in just a little bit. But I want to mention that Coach Cristobal spoke after practice today. It's the first time he has spoke to the media after practice since the first day, so it was good to get his thoughts on how things have gone through these first 5 days. Some things that stood out to me on some things that he said. I want to start with Jacoby George, wide receiver. I've mentioned him quite a bit on the channel. I've been high on him. You know, with what I saw in high school, what we saw him flash as a freshman a couple years ago, I just felt like this guy's got a chance to be a good player. We've not seen it develop the way that most people would have thought, the way I thought it would have. However, we're hearing he's having a good spring. Coach Cristobal spoke about him, really likes what he's been able to do. He's been on with the first group whenever we're able to see the first group come out here. Again, just only able to watch 3 or 4 periods each practice, but he's been in that top group along with Xavier Restrepo and Colby Young. But it's good to see that, and also good to hear from Coach saying that Jacoby's stepping up. We'll see how things go. Hopefully we're able to see more. But it's just a good sign so far that he is doing well, and hopefully that continues. In particular, hopefully he does well against defenses. And the spring game is coming up in a few weeks on April 14th, so we'll see how he does there. And you know, they've got a scrimmage coming up on Saturday. It's going to be a close scrimmage to the reporters, but you know, it's unfortunate, but hopefully we hear some things on how things go either with Jacoby or the rest of the players. So definitely stay tuned to InsideTheU.com. Definitely check out that information. Also on the website, you know, today there were a lot of recruits out here. There were at least over 50, saw a lot of big names, a lot of guys that Miami wants. JoJo Trader in particular was a guy that was out here, so that was good to see. Also quarterback Aaron Nolan was here. You know, Chance Robinson was speaking with him as well, a local receiver. So those guys were here. There were many more. So like I said, definitely check out the website for more premium information on who was here and their reactions. So definitely check that out. So going back to today's practice, once again, I focused on the running backs. I'll have a video of the running back drills posted on the channel. You guys have been great in showing your support on all the videos, especially the drills. I like showing you guys as much as I can, as much as I'm allowed to show you on the channel. So running backs is up next, so stay tuned to that. And again, only 2 scholarship guys out here with Don Chaney Jr. and Henry Parrish. Henry Parrish, Coach Cristobal said, is having a great spring, and Parrish spoke after practice. He's really liking the new offense. You know, and one thing that Parrish said also after practice, and this was great to hear from a running back to say this, was he really likes the new offensive linemen. He said not only are they big, but he said they've got speed. You know, he said, you know, that you don't think of big guys having a lot of speed or being able to move the way they do, but he likes what he sees. In particular, we're talking about the new guys, the new transfers coming in particular with center Matt Lee, first team center from UCF, and then also Javian Cohen, left guard out of Alabama. So again, those 2 guys are going to be impact players for the Hurricanes. Both those guys will start. You know, you don't see it any other way. And I think another guy that's interesting to watch, you know, the 2 freshmen obviously, but Jalen Rivers. You know, Coach Cristobal spoke about Jalen, and right now he's, again, still at left tackle. He's been a guard primarily throughout his time at UM, but Coach Cristobal said that he's a guy that can play all 5 positions on the line, and he says he can do them all equally well. Now, we've not seen him play tackle enough at Miami quite yet to see exactly how he's doing there. See him in drills once again, and he seems to be doing just fine, but obviously things are a lot different during the game, and we'll see if he stays there. But I expect him to stay at left tackle throughout the spring. Again, Zion Nelson's dealing with an injury. I'm not expecting him to be out here at all during the spring. And I think Jalen Rivers has a chance to be the Hurricanes' starting left tackle. And once again, it starts here in the spring with his performances. So again, Coach Cristobal speaking highly about him. That's good to hear. And Henry Parrish speaking highly of these guys. And again, the offensive linemen with the new guys, with Francis Mauigoa, their right tackle, and also Samson Okunlola, another tackle. Those guys are doing well. Again, size and speed combinations. That's why they were highly regarded as recruits. and you're already starting to hear positive things about these two offensive linemen, and we see them too, watching them go through drills. It's pretty clear to see, and you guys have seen it too, with the videos. You've been able to see them move a little bit. So that's a good sign that you're hearing positive things about the offensive line, because to me, that's the position group that I believe can improve the most off of last year. I think there's been other subtle increments, subtle improvements that maybe each position group can make for different reasons. But I think offensive line is the one where it's noticeable, bringing in better players, more experienced players, and also talented young players. And as Parrish said, big guys that can move a little bit. So that's a good sign, good to hear. And I think that's a group we can see maybe if that group improves, maybe it helps out the quarterback play, also running back gets more touches, more production, and then also the receiver. Maybe everything else falls in line with more improvement if the offensive line is on point. Once again, I'm really excited to be able to go down there, get a chance to look at these guys, watch them up close. I'm able to watch them again. They're about 100 yards away from where we're stationed here at practice, so I'm able to get a decent look. But again, I want to be able to get up close, and I look forward to talk about those guys even more. Same with the defensive line. We have a lot of guys out with injuries, but I'm looking forward to seeing those guys more as well. Before I talk about the other position group that I had a chance to watch today, in addition to the running backs, just a quick shout out. The staff member was here again after practice. They've got to clean up the field, and he was actually waiting for me to finish this video, and I feel bad because they've got work to do, and I always want them to get their work done, not worry about me. But shout out to him for showing his patience and me to get through this. So him showing his support definitely means a lot to me, but also you guys for watching the videos and also commenting below. I always enjoy reading your comments, so definitely I appreciate your support as well. Okay, let's get through this. The quarterback position was the other position group that I watched. It's just great to watch these guys. They're up close to us, about 20 yards away. And again, once again today, just like it's been all spring, they're throwing the ball into the net on some accuracy drills. And I'm gonna show you guys what this net looks like at the end of this video, so you can see what it looks like up close, the size of it, and the holes that they're trying to throw to. But again, not only are they trying to work on their accuracy and throw to the right spot, but they're also trying to work on getting the ball out quick. And I feel like that's something that Coach Dawson is really trying to implement with the quarterbacks. So they're working on not just hitting the targets, but getting the ball out quick, kind of a rapid throwing drill. Not only are they throwing it to a stationary target, but also in the drill, they would take the final rep, roll out to the right, and throw the ball on the run to a staff member. And I thought that was good too. Again, it's not just to work on one particular thing with throwing the ball with accuracy, but also you got to be able to make throws on the run. Not everything's going to be essentially just as perfect as you want it to be lined up, take a snap and throw it directly. Sometimes you got to improvise a little bit at the quarterback spot. So I think that's good to kind of mix that in with what Coach Dawson wants to do with his quarterbacks. Again, out here at practice, we're always seeing them work on it. I thought all three guys threw the ball well. Tyler Van Dyke, Jakari Brown, and also new freshman Emory Williams, as well as the two walk-ons are doing well too. Jaden George is a guy that's back for another year, and I think these guys are providing good reps as well. So good to see the quarterbacks. Obviously, a lot more on the running backs. Just once again, I'm really curious to see how Don Chaney Jr. does as things pick up throughout the spring. Hopefully it's a healthy spring for him, but he's got to be productive as well. We know what's coming. Henry Parrish talked about it as well. Trevante Citizen, still dealing with an injury, still working his way back. And then they've got two freshmen coming in with Mark Fletcher and Chris Johnson. So it'll be a heavy group moving forward. But right now, there's only 2 scholarship guys. They'll have 5 for the fall once everybody's healthy and on campus. And then also, who spoke after practice? I spoke about Parrish. Keontra Smith is out here. He spoke after practice. He's excited, as well as Jaleel Skinner. Jaleel talked about how he came to Miami about 215 pounds, says he's up to about 235 right now. So he looks like a tight end that's ready to contribute, but he's got to be able to make plays consistently. And I think right now he's trailing Cam McCormick in terms of the depth chart. It's still early, 5-6 practices in here. It'll be 6 after the scrimmage, so we'll see if Jaleel can make a movement. But I think, to me, the tight end to watch with this position group, I do think that Cam can have a productive season, but with this position group, I think all eyes are on the health and the availability of Elijah Arroyo coming off the knee injury from last year. We'll see when he's fully healthy, but to me, that's the one to watch. I think he's got a chance for a big year. Until then, I think it's going to be Cam's position until Jaleel gets going, and then we'll see how things go with the battle there. But Elijah, there's just a lot that I like about him. and his potential and what he has already shown in flashes since he's been at UM. So we'll see when he's back healthy and see if this tight end group can be a productive group once again after the departure of Will Mallory. Mario Cristobal is optimistic about the group, but once again, we'll see how they do. So definitely thank everybody once again for watching this video, all the videos, especially the drill videos, and taking your time to watch the ones after practice where I speak about some observations, some things that I saw. So thanks again for watching. Hopefully you have a good rest of the day and take care.